How to manifest weight loss. In this video, we are going to talk about a few important topics when it comes to manifesting weight loss, such as where to start, limiting beliefs, how I don't recommend manifesting weight loss, and how to ignore the 3D. And I'm going to tell you two stories that are going to be great examples of one is going to explain why I'm saying everything I'm saying in the video and on the channel in general, because that is going to be the example of how not to do it. And then another story that is going to explain how to do it, how to ignore the 3D, and that's just one way of manifesting. Of course, everyone does it differently. The techniques that we are using are different, but I'm going to give you examples of how to actually do it. Now, this is my first video about weight loss. I am not sure how long this is going to be, so go grab a tea or something to drink and let's talk about weight loss. Before I do that, welcome to my channel. My name is Anna and I'm a manifestation coach. On this channel, I teach the law of assumption as taught by Neville Goddard, and I tend to keep it simple and practical so that you can take it and apply it to your own manifestations right away. If that's what you are looking for, you are definitely in the right place. So please subscribe and stay for more. And if you need any additional help or guidance with your manifestations, feel free to book a coaching session with me from the link in the description box below. So actually, the reason I always mention that I do this the Neville Goddard way is, first of all, because I have learned it from Neville Goddard after having tried a bunch of things for a long time. His method or methods are what worked. And also specifically, I don't give in to the 3D limitations. And this topic specifically is going to cover that part quite a lot. But let's talk about, where do you start when you want to lose weight? As with all manifestations, is the desire. The end goal is where you begin. So what do you want to weight? Do you know that? Have you decided that you want to weight that amount? What body shape, body type you want to have? How do you want to look? And how does that feel like in that new body? You need to contemplate these things a little bit because you need to know what you want. You can also start somewhere general, like I'm losing weight, but Neville Goddard has a story where that went a little bit too far with a lady. She wanted to lose weight and then she lost too much, and that's just not precise. You need to give directions to your own mind. So how do you want to look like? What do you want to weight, if that's relevant? Also, I have to mention this. A lot of times when you go to someone, it can be, for example, a manifestation coach or someone else, or a friend that you're telling that you want to lose weight, and the person is, oh, you don't need to lose weight. You look good. You don't need to do that. Don't let anybody tell what you want or don't want. You desire what you desire, and yes, you are beautiful, but if you don't feel beautiful, and if you don't feel, or if you feel like you would be better off or feel more beautiful, feel better in your body if you lost the weight, and you would feel better physically also, then that's what you do. So it creates, it's so annoying actually when somebody says, oh, you look so beautiful, you don't need to lose weight. Like, you desire what you desire, your desire matters, it's valid, so let's just start there. Something to look out for and pay attention to is limiting beliefs with the topic of weight loss. And we have all been conditioned with food. This type of food is healthy, it's going to either keep your weight or help you lose weight. This type of food is unhealthy. It's going to make you fat. calories. The internet is full of videos of fitness experts and what have you that talk about calories in versus calories out, etc. It's of course, like, if it's not manifestation, it's going to be all 3D limitations first of all, but also 3D manipulation, as Neville Goddard calls it. Workout, metabolism. I have slow metabolism. I have this type of body. I don't lose weight easily, but I gain weight easily. What are your beliefs? Because if we are talking about manifestation, if you want to manifest, you need to manifest. Manifestation happens from your mind, it's imagination, it's on a level that is higher than this physical 3D level, which is spiritual, on the level of imagining. And your imagination and your subconscious mind, which is the part of your mind that executes the orders that you give it, doesn't give a damn about whether a type of food is healthy, not healthy, etc. If we're talking about infinite intelligence, your infinite intelligent mind knows exactly how to deal with the food. If your story is I'm thin and healthy. This brings me to how not to manifest, or how I okay, let me just start telling what I'm about to say, and you'll know what I mean. You have probably heard, if not many, then at least one of these manifestation stories where the person is, I manifested weight loss and I started affirming, and then all of a sudden I all naturally started wanting salads, healthy food. I wanted to exercise. It just came to me naturally. Now, that is a way of doing it. You can do it that way, but that goes back to not mixing the 3D way of doing with your imagination, because we just said that your mind doesn't care if a food is labeled healthy or not healthy, what science says about it, what logic says about it. This is non-logical. We are not doing a logical thing when we are manifesting. We are imagining. That's something completely different. So what you're doing there is you are keeping the beliefs, and for me this is a limiting belief, that I have to exercise and I have to eat certain foods in order to lose weight. If you're keeping these beliefs, then your mind is going to go that route, which means that if you then stop eating these types of food, and if you one day don't want to exercise that much or at all, what does it mean? Then if your weight loss depended on those things and you don't do those things, then you are going to gain weight. So it's unsustainable and it's not lasting. And this is the reason why diets don't work. Of course, out of the manifestation community, no one obviously talks about it, but everyone says, oh, diets don't work because you stop eating the way you ate while you were dieting and you gain weight. Yes, you do, because if your mindset has not shifted, it doesn't matter what you do in the physical. Which brings me to story time. I once saw a video of a woman who was crying on camera. She had filmed this video at the gym, and she was crying, telling her story that for a long time she has been doing everything correctly. She eats healthy. She counts the calories. Less calories in, more calories burned. She was doing everything by the book of the fitness industry or the health industry, and she was working out really hard. I don't know if you can say that. Nothing was happening. She wasn't losing weight, and it was hard, and it was a really heartbreaking video, actually, because this woman was doing everything she had been taught that would work. In manifestation world, we would call this 3D manipulation. We would call this, manipulation has a very negative sound to it, but that's what you're trying to manipulate the 3D in order to get the results. And Neville Goddard gives, by the way, it's a Neville Goddard term. Neville Goddard also gives the example of trying to change the mirror. You look at yourself in the mirror and you don't like it, so you fix the mirror. It's not going to work because the 3D is just the mirror. And the fitness expert who was giving advice, he showed this video, and he was very kind, very sweet. There was nothing wrong with what he was doing for his industry. And he was saying, it's understandable. Sometimes it's really hard. It's hard for some people. Some people lose weight really not easily, to say the least. You gotta try. You gotta keep going. Don't give up on yourself. And all positive about how he was handling it. It was really, really sweet video. But as a manifestation coach, I was seeing it completely differently. Nothing was going to help that woman, and a lot of people like that who are struggling with stuff like this. If the mindset says, I'm fat, I don't look good, I don't lose weight, I have slow metabolism, the workouts is hard, maybe I hate working out, but I have to do something that I really hate because that's how I lose weight, plus the limiting intake of food, the foods that you maybe like, it can really mess with your mood and also with your weight loss. This is why it's so important that, as I mentioned right before, that you understand what beliefs you have about food, body, weight loss, health, etc. Because regardless of what you're doing in the 3D, your assumptions are going to manifest. This goes for all manifestations, whether you are manifesting an SP, job, money, health, weight loss, anything. If your beliefs are, I'm fat, maybe unless I work out, and if you have strong beliefs about working out, that's going to manifest again through working out. But as soon as you stop, the weight is going to come back. It's a mess. And this is the reason why I said in the beginning of the video, when you manifest, there's no logic to it. Don't bring the 3D limitations with you into your manifestations. So it's not, I wanted to manifest, so I naturally started craving salads. Like, your mind knows what to do with the chocolate that you eat if your mind is programmed to create health and fitness. Being fit, being thin, being whatever. So regardless of what you're doing, mindset is the most important. It's always mind over matter. 3D stuff comes. By the way, just a side note, if you like working out, do that. I am not here telling everyone to don't work out. If you enjoy working out, it's nice, it feels good, it feels physically good, it can be very calming for the mind. Just do it. Enjoy your workout, whatever you're doing. But if you hate working out and you just don't want to, you can still manifest losing weight without having to. And it's not just workout, it's also certain foods maybe that you don't like. It doesn't matter. You can still lose weight through your own mind, and I will get to another story that proves that in a minute. So a big part of losing weight is how to ignore the 3D, everything, manifesting everything, not just weight loss. How to ignore the 3D, because you see yourself in the mirror and you feel your body all the time, and it can be either physically uncomfortable or depending on your situation, or you see yourself and you're left with this feeling of, I don't look the way I want to look. The first thing not to do is to not dwell on the idea of what you just saw in the mirror. That I have a belly, I look like this, I look like that, I have this, I have that. The dwelling on it all day, or maybe a few times a day, whenever you notice, stop it. That's your inner conversations that literally manifest. We use that technique to manifest. Or that's affirmations, which is also a literal manifestation technique we use to manifest. So all you're manifesting when you're doing that is, I don't look like the way I want to. I don't look the way I want to. So that's one thing. Another thing is it's actually possible for you to look yourself in the mirror, see your physical body, and think to yourself, I have a flat stomach, I look thin, I look exactly the way I want to look, I look so good, I have the body of my dreams, this came so easy to me, it feels so good to be in my body. It's physically possible to do that. And you're going to confuse the hell out of your mind, which is the point of this. It's like, what? Really? Because your mind knows, your subconscious mind at least, knows only what you tell it. So you can literally do that whenever you look at yourself in the mirror. So instead of going, oh, I don't like this, you go, hey, I like that. I love my body. I'm thin. And I'm not saying, by the way, just for clarification, I'm not saying to affirm, oh, I look fat and I love it. That's not what we are manifesting. In any case, in either case, I genuinely don't recommend hating your body, not even the way you look now, even though you don't like it. You're beautiful, you have your body, it functions like you love yourself. Start there, love yourself, you deserve that. Apart from that, you look at yourself in the mirror and you see what you want to see. If seeing it is difficult, you can think the thoughts. I weigh this amount. I look thin. Oh my God, I look thin. I look really thin. I look thin. I look beautiful. I look exactly the way I want to look. That is also what you are going to do during the day. Instead of dwelling on the fact that I am overweight, I am this, I am that, you are going to spend the exact amount of thoughts, energy, and time in thinking negative thoughts and positive thoughts. So you might as well think your positive thoughts. These positive thoughts go back to the very beginning of this video where I said you need to start at the end goal. What is your end goal? How much do you weigh? How do you look? How do you feel in your body? This is the story that you tell yourself throughout the day, instead of telling yourself the story of the way it is currently. Story time. This story is not exactly about weight loss, but it's about manifesting, changing someone's appearance completely. It is very relevant for a weight loss related video. You'll see in a moment why. I read this story, and it's a literal manifestation success story in a book. I don't remember which book, so I'm not going to guess so that I don't give you wrong directions. But yeah, I read this story in a manifestation book a long time ago. It was about a young guy who was a waiter in a restaurant. His body type was, the person who is telling this is his client or clients who would go to this restaurant a lot. And this waiter was a very short and tiny, very thin and short. He wanted to be taller and have muscles and be really have a muscular body. I'm not sure if he knew what he was doing, or if he was doing it on purpose, or it was just accidental manifestation. But one day these people come in again and they see that this guy has changed completely in a matter of months, I think. He's taller all of a sudden and he has muscles. He is toned. And they asked him, like, what has happened here? And he tells them that he has always wanted this type of body, to be tall and to be muscular and to look strong. So what he has done is, while doing his stuff during the day, so he's at work, serving tables, going from table to table, doing his things in the restaurant, he, in his imagination, imagined his body the way he wanted it to be. So while you're doing your work, because when you desire something and you are manifesting something, it's always in the back of your mind. So if you are constantly conscious of being overweight and uncomfortable and how you don't like your body, how you don't like how clothes fit and all that, instead of doing that, you're going to imagine your body being the way it is while you're doing your stuff. And you can take time out of your day and do it, but it's not necessary, as in this story. So just during her working day, that's what he would do. Just imagine himself being tall and strong, etc. His body had become that, exactly that, without, and this was clarified, without working out, without doing exercises, without changing diets or anything. Your mind is capable of growing muscles, also growing you in height, if that's what you desire to do, to manifest. So this is why I'm saying that, first of all, your mind is capable of doing whatever you want it to do. Second of all the 3D stuff, if you enjoy it, do it, but it's unnecessary. So if you hate the conventional stuff to do in the 3D to lose weight, you don't have to. You can still lose weight. But the one non-negotiable here is your mindset. Regardless of what you do in the 3D, it's your mind that is going to manifest. So it's necessary for you to figure out, what limiting beliefs are you holding? Are they about specifically food, or is it specific to your body that you think that your body is completely incapable of losing weight? As I was talking, I thought about one other thing that I want to mention here. Again, long time ago, years ago, I heard a very short audio of Joe Dispenza, where he was explaining that they have been made studies. Joe Dispenza is, by the way, very scientific in his explanation of manifestation, so maybe check him out if you absolutely need the scientific part of it, the physical scientific. He said that they have figured out that if your mind has been programmed to stay thin and healthy, your body knows, like, for example, your body needs a certain amount of protein, a certain amount of carbs, certain amount of vitamins, this vitamin, that vitamin, whatever. But we as manifestors, that's the how. That is the part we don't work with at all. Like, you don't need to think about how much protein, how much this, how much that. You work with programming your mind. So when your mind is programmed that your body is healthy and thin and it stays like that, the example that he brought in this audio was that you can eat carbs, just carbs. There's protein in, a little protein in everything, but I think he mentioned pasta, which is full of carbs and little protein. He said that they have figured out that the cells of your body are capable of turning parts of the carbs into protein so that it functions the way that you have programmed it to function. This is the biochemistry in your body that you don't need to understand, but just to say, just to tell you how important mindset is and how powerful your mind is. Of course, if your body, if your mind is programmed that, oh my God, if I eat carbs, I'm going to get fat, then that's what is going to happen. But if your mind is programmed that I am fit, I'm thin, I'm beautiful, I'm this, I'm that, your body is going to figure out what to do with the food that you eat. So it's not about, oh, I'm eating healthy, I am burning a lot of calories. It's about what you believe about your body, about the food that you consume, about anything that you do that could have anything to do with your body and your weight. So this was a bit longer than I actually had anticipated, but it was necessary because this was the first video on weight loss. Your limiting beliefs are going to be different for every single one of you. Your stories are different, your experience with your body is different, but it's doable. You just need to figure out what beliefs are you holding about yourself, about your body, about weight loss in general. How do you want to look, which is also going to be very different for everyone. How do you want to go about it? Choose the techniques that you like doing and work out if you want to, but don't if you hate it. And also the 3D. You don't have to continuously dwell on the fact that you don't like your body. It's absolutely doable for you to be in your body and think different thoughts. Even if you see your body in the mirror, it's absolutely possible for you to see what you see and go, I remember when I looked like this. This is another Neville Goddard technique. I remember when I was feeling like this, looking like this, but now I'm thin, I'm this, I'm that. Fill in the blank, whatever you want to manifest. So I am going to link a playlist of no action manifestations because, as I said, your mindset is what is most important. Manifestation doesn't require you to take no action at all, but if you feel a little bit insecure about it, because we are all used to taking action all the time, right until we figure out that we can do it in our imagination, I'm going to link the playlist of no action manifestations, how to not take action, how to feel confident in not taking action, and how to actually manifest anything, including weight loss. And once again, if you happen to need any help or guidance with your manifestations, feel free to book a coaching session with me from the link in the description box below. Have a beautiful day and see you in the next video.